You might be facing some bad news for the tins this year. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So the reason why I'm making this video is when I was putting together Market Watch this morning, I noticed something really out of place recently. And it's SP Little Night right now. Now, we just had a ban list on Saturday. So this puts you Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, like the 3.5 meter here for this. But that's not the strangest part. SP Little Night, as of filming this, has a market price of $70, yeah, 74 or 73.47, with the market price, or most recent sale was $70, which isn't really anything too crazy with this. But my problem starts here with where did all these $70 versions go? When I was putting this together this morning, the lowest was an 85, and then it jumped to an 89, and then it jumped up to a 95. Now, I don't know if anybody understands what's going on here, but for a card that the player base is expecting to be in the tins here in a couple weeks, it is very interesting. Like literally the 20th. That's 2 weeks at this point, give or take a couple of days. And the community has knee-jerked this card up from the price point of $70 all the way up to nearly $90 again. And the crazy part was, as I was getting ready to film Market Watch this morning, one of my friends was like, Robbie, is like, I just looked at SP about 2 hours ago, and the last $70 ones are gone. I'm like, what do you mean the last $70 ones are gone? He's like, yeah, for some reason, this card bumped up literally just in a couple hours. So, a couple things are expected to be happening here with this. Number one, this is the entire ban list community looking at this card going, I need it now. And, you know, the little fat on their face is just dribbling everywhere. Oh, very good visual there from me. And they're picking this card up right now with a need to have this. And, I mean, okay, that's standard ban list, you know, fallout. But you're 2 weeks away, 2 weeks from a reprint out here. Why are we panic buying this right now? Why is, you know, the community gobbling at this when the reprint is in 2 weeks? Because the expected reprint, not going to be $90. Expected reprint, probably closer to like $50-ish at this point. So my next reaction here is, does the community legitimately think we're not getting an SP reprint out here? Like, are the masses that are picking this card up, and I mean, go take a look at your sales data, just in the last 2 days, like, it's 100% people grabbing because of the ban list, I feel like here. But there's the correlation to this as well, that the contributing factor also is, if we're so close to a list, why are you throwing $100 at the screen when you could just buy an SP Little Night, and the 2 weeks of playtime that extra $50-$60 is justifying to you is literally not worth it. And you bought an SP for $100 2-3 months ago when the tins were kind of coming down the pipeline, then you would have had more playtime. You would have had more of that chance to be able to pick it up. Why all of a sudden is the community hitting the screw it button and picking this up? And that's why I get to my double-edged theory here of, does the community actively believe that we are not getting an SP reprint? Now, realistically, I do believe we had that whole big announcement from Konami that for the tins that had like the list of cards that we were kind of expecting in it. You know, like the whole huge list of cool things. That was awesome. If I recall correctly, I don't remember if SP was mentioned on that, actually. So, somebody in the community must know something that I feel like I'm sitting here looking at this from the outside in going, why are you spending this now when you're 2 weeks away? Why now? Why not weeks ago when you had more time with this? It makes no sense to me unless SP is not receiving that reprint. But even then, that doesn't make sense to me because then the Konami would get even more backlash for not printing SP. One of these things is not like the other in the grand scheme of the market. And we try to look at the market. We try to analyze the trends of the consumers on this channel to understand this. And the only thing I'm getting here is ban list hype feeding. And a lot of people don't believe it's getting a reprint, even though it's probably getting a reprint. Please, I want to read your crackpot theories on this. I really do. I want to read what the community's thinking about this sudden uptick of this card going from $70 literally overnight, jacking back up to near $90 out here, and you're 2 weeks away from a reprint. This is one of those things that I would almost consider a swan event because it's so stupid and so weird to be seeing this. I don't know. Now, on the other flip side of that equation, I want to talk about something else with this year's tins. Now, remember, last year's tins did something that was a lot different than we'd seen with the previous years. We saw last year a Spiral card and 2 other new cards get ported in to the tins. One of them was the Noble Knight card, and they were designed to help out TCG exclusive archetypes at that time, and they were also a tie-in to the World Premiere Pack at that point. Now, that being said, we reach this year's tins. We have zero confirmation if Konami's going to copy the trend from the previous year out here and actually put new cards in to supplement these themes. So, as you know, we do on this channel, looking at the grand wisdom of the past and following trends out here with this stuff, if they are to print more support in the tins as like a grand secret, which of the TCG exclusive archetypes would they pick to follow last year? Because I mean, Plunder Patrol, you also have Gold Pride, you have Ashen, which I think Ashen is way too new to be touching out here. You have the Danger cards as well. It'd be really cool to see some new Danger monsters in the game. And then don't even forget, you know, Cosmo has been without a new card for like, dare I say, like near 10 years. Is it over 10 years now? Is Cosmo finally over that point out here? And you've been seeing, there have been a lot of Cosmo buyouts that have been happening over the last couple months. You know, people out here are kind of fiending for the idea of a Cosmo support card actually coming through. And, you know, we just got that Psychic support, what, like 2 sets ago? 1 set ago? Man, I can't even remember. You know, we got those TCG exclusive Psychic support cards with Psychic Commander, which I swear those were meant to be Cosmo support cards. They just didn't want to call them Cosmo support cards. Kind of powered up. So now, you know, as we're heading on into the tin season here, your question is, all right, are we gonna get exclusives in these tins? And number 2, you know, which of the TCG themes do you think are going to be the winners out here? Who do you think are going to get it? And then question number 3 is always going to be, well, if we do get new support at all, are these cards going to impact the game any? Because you don't know about you guys, but you know, last track record of some of these TCG exclusives haven't been the best, with the exception of Garua, Necroquip, and the Aerial Eater. Aerial Eater and Necroquip. I don't know what you were doing, Konami, when you made those cards. Alright, like, you're crazy. You looked at Lacrima, said, yeah, this card's not long for the world. Here's some generic support so y'all can play this deck, and here's a piece of candy for you, Bell. Alright, you are all crazy for that. I'm very curious about that. You know, it feels like also, you know, since we're down to what, like 4 OCG cards being ported in, you know, we're getting like 4 extra TCG exclusive cards every year now. So I don't know. I'm very curious. So also, you know, with the whole SP thing here, who are you wanting to see support from out here in the tins following last year's trends? I would just be happy with 1 to 2 cards. You know, if we get more than, you know, that, or if we get none at all, I'm going to be kind of disappointed, because that was actually kind of one of the nicest, like, things we've actually had the chance to get. So I'm hoping that Konami keeps up with the trend of that from last year, and we can see that. So, SP, no reprint? The market's a strange place, man. It really is. People make very interesting decisions. each and every day. LOL. Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Hopefully SP's in the tins so I can laugh this off and go, wow, people spend dumb money dumb places. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.